Hey, there's a reason Thanksgiving gets better with age. And it's not what you think. When you're young, it's about eating as much food as humanly possible. And you're also trying to avoid that one family member who wants to talk politics or keeps asking you about school, grades. Hey, boyfriends, girlfriends, huh, huh, huh. But after 50, well, Thanksgiving becomes something deeper, richer, and more meaningful. Hi, I'm Scott Mullet. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad the sound effects came out on Thanksgiving. On this episode of The Wise Lane, made just for Thanksgiving 2025, I want to show you why this holiday actually gets better with age. The science behind why gratitude becomes a superpower later in life, and the surprising Thanksgiving traditions that are secretly actually good for your brain, your mood, your longevity. So, welcome to the first and hopefully not last Wise Lane Thanksgiving special. Gobble, 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 gobble. Okay, here we go. First, let's talk about why Thanksgiving gets better after 50. At some point in life, you don't rush around as much. You stop rushing through conversations, rushing through people, rushing through moments. And eventually it helps you realize that, wow, the slowness of Thanksgiving is the holiday. As we age, the day feels different because we're different. We've lived enough life to understand that presence matters more than performance. Connection matters more than presentation. And the meal, yes, it's important, but it's the people there with you who are priceless. There's a unique sweetness to Thanksgiving after 50, not because everything is perfect, it's never, but because wisdom gives the day more color. You appreciate the faces around the table, even the ones who you disagree with or who drive you nuts. You're grateful for another year, grateful for the people who stayed in your life. And you've learned that joy comes from the ordinary, not the woohoo extravagant. So the second thing for Thanksgiving after 50 years, there is a gratitude advantage that people after 50 have. And it's something that's not really talked about that much. But after 50, your brain, or as you age, your brain becomes more responsive to emotional experiences. Not weaker, but more responsive. I think back to my wonderful father. The older he got, the more prone he became to crying at events. Growing up, we would never see our dad cry. But as he aged, heck, he'd cry watching his granddaughters sing in a choir concert. Maybe you've had a similar experience? Or perhaps you're feeling it yourself? It means that gratitude does more for you now than it did when you were younger. It's a scientific superpower. Come on, people, let's fly. Okay, maybe next time. But here are some of those superpower advantages of gratitude that come in your midlife and beyond. Gratitude, it calms stress faster and can reduce anxiety. Gratitude sharpens your memory, it stabilizes your mood, it helps to improve sleep, and gratitude strengthens your emotional resilience. It can literally help to rewire your brain. And the older you are, the faster that rewiring happens. That's why gratitude hits differently now. It's not just a nice idea, it's a tool, strategy, a form of strength. Some experimental studies focused on simple daily practices like writing about things for which you're grateful. The studies revealed this can reduce loneliness and improve subjective health and well being. So, for Thanksgiving, or frankly, any day that you're watching this episode, try this. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for that did not exist in your life 10 years ago. Most people over 50 will discover things like, well, it's new friendships, it's a deeper peace, it's an unexpected confidence, more time, or simply emotional clarity. Believe it or not, this is an actual gift of aging. Gratitude grows with you. And lastly, as a fun Thanksgiving bonus, here are 5 Thanksgiving traditions that are actually good for you. And these may or may not be part of your personally experienced Thanksgiving traditions, but I wanted to, shift into something a little bit fun here, and let's give it a try, okay? Thank you. Some of the things you're doing on Thanksgiving without even realizing it are incredibly good for your mind and body. So here come the 5. First, cooking together. You think you're just basting a turkey, you're searching for the good scissors or your brining bag, but cooking is actually one of the best activities for an aging brain. If you think about it, cooking uses memory, sequencing, creativity, problem solving, social connection if it's done in a group. It's basically brain boot camp disguised as dinner prep. So the second one, telling of old stories. A big Thanksgiving tradition, right? Every family, couple, friend group, you have repeated stories, the kind you could tell word for word in your sleep. These stories, they strengthen identity, belonging, memory, and emotional health. They're good for your brain and good for your relationship bonding. Even the story about mom burning the turkey and everyone having to eat pizza for Thanksgiving. Well, yeah, it's a good one to tell. The third one is hosting. And no, I'm not really kidding about this, but yeah, hosting, it can be stressful, but it's the good kind of stress, the kind that provides purpose and activity. Preparing for guests, it boosts your motivation, your movement, your social engagement, and of course, that cognitive stimulation. Just remember to keep things in perspective. I mean, after all, you're hosting Thanksgiving. This is not the Olympics. It's not the Great World Peace Summit. The fate of humankind's future does not rest on the tenderness of your turkey or getting all the lumps out of that mashed potatoes. So for number 4, trying new dishes is actually really good for you because any amount of novelty, even a new recipe, a new spice, a new dessert, it activates your brain novelty network. And that's the system responsible for curiosity and mental youthfulness. Trying new foods helps to keep your brain young. And yeah, okay, Thanksgiving often features very traditional foods eaten year after year after year. But add some new adventurous cooking into there. Recipes that might complement all those regulars could be a big hit for lots of guests. And finally, the fifth benefit of Thanksgiving is that post-dinner walk. And this is actually the unsung hero of the day. A 10 to 20 minute walk, it helps your digestion, blood sugar, cardiovascular health, mood, longevity. If you want one habit that makes Thanksgiving truly healthy, this one is it. And of course, it will be very weather dependent because if it's miserable outside, well, but you can still improvise. You could do, I don't know, post meal yoga. You can do indoor walking videos, and yet that is a thing. A turkey trot, indoor relay, or maybe get out the video games and put in Just Dance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you don't know what that is, look it up. Just don't do any dabbing. Okay, let's wrap up this Thanksgiving episode and tie it with a bow. Thanksgiving gets better after 50 because gratitude, it runs deeper. The traditions mean more, and you finally understand that joy is built from simple moments, not big performances. You see your life more clearly. You appreciate the people around you more deeply. And you realize that time, not stuff and material things, well, time is the real luxury. So whether you are on Thanksgiving with family, with friends, volunteering, or enjoying a peaceful day on your own, I hope you feel the quiet power of this holiday. And I am truly grateful that you've chosen to spend part of it here with me on the Wise Lane. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm Scott Mullet. Thanks for watching. Gobble, 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 gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. Happy Thanksgiving.